Happy Halloween from Brother Cuz's Toy Reviews. Enjoy this episode.
Look, I'm completely flattered, but you're a doll.
A doll that's anatomically correct and that has a hunger for a real man and not a plastic one.
Hey, look, Tiff. Yeah, I'm flattered. I really am. But we both know who your boyfriend, ex-husband is. And I like my life. And I don't want to lose it.
Well, if you want to make it out alive, I suggest you get over that and take me out on a date. Besides, I could really use someone tall, dark, and handsome.
Okay. We'll do it like that. We'll do it your way. When you put it like that, we'll do it your way.
Now, let's get out of here and go have some fun.
Mix coke with the scotch, pour it in the glass, let it rise to the top.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and you're here with a special holiday special Halloween episode of Best of the Best.
Yo.
With myself, and of course, here you're having an intimate conversation between us.
Yo.
This guy right here.
Yo.
1/6thScaleMan layout in the building. What's going on, brother? What's going on with you?
Bro, chilling. I went through a whole bunch of boxes this week. So I put out my who did I get? So I had Kane was already out. I got out Moff Gideon, so he's in the display. I got both Lady Pool and Deadpool out there in the display.
Yeah, so they're short today, bro.
Yeah.
Good. You got her looking good. I was like, hold on, let me, because I just got her in too. I was like, hold on, let me steal that pose. Hold on.
Bro, so I did it. So what I did was I used clear double-sided tape so she can stand up.
Oh,
but
okay.
It doesn't. I didn't like the way it looked on the glass. It would look good on white because you can't really tell it's transparent.
Got you.
But on the glass, I didn't like it. And the pose doesn't hold that long because you could see her slightly leaning. So I was like, let me just repose her. So I just reposed her in something that was, just as dope and just left it that way.
Right.
But they both look good in the display. And what I did was kind of cheated with zombie pool, like head pool.
Yeah.
So what I did was I used double-sided and put him in the black background, stuck it to the wall. So it's just sticking there with the propellers like he's flying around and stuff like that. So there's nothing. Yeah. So I'm just trying to cheating with that a little bit, using one of the dance tropes.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? But other than that, now I'm just working on this guy, just kind of getting him displayed up because
hold it up again.
This is Obi-Wan. This is that's the Obi-Wan, pretty much.
Yeah,
so
man.
Just working on that, and again, I'm gonna put this up. I'm actually probably have post him with Bo-Katan, so because it makes sense.
There you go. That's when I had to figure, and it's like now I feel bad because now we got Savage Opress coming. I mean, we saw that Mandalorian trooper from Ahsoka that was released last week, and I was like, damn, they would look good together. What did I do? I'm like, oh shit, what did I do?
Yeah, bro. Because he was on order for the longest time through Sideshow. I had him there, but I was, going through like the payment options. I kept stretching that out as much as I could to get everything else in. But now I was like, you know what? F it. And then the thing is, he came out when I least expected it. And I was like, all right, whatever. I might as well just take it and just run with it and keep it there. So, yeah. But other than that, bro, yeah, I like it. I definitely like the figure. I like these like one-off pieces that you can actually get.
Right.
And then once we get like the Super Commandos, I think that'd be dope as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna be amazing, bro. I mean, yeah, just going through some of the things I got. Like I said, I got that Lady Deadpool in, and I got that from Beyond Comics. So shout out to Beyond Comics in Maryland. If you're ever in the Frederick, Maryland area, check out Beyond Comics. I got that from there, and wasn't expecting to get it. And I was like, damn. But I was like, you know what? They would look good together. Let me go ahead and get this.
Yeah, bro. It looks good. She looks good.
She looks good. She's well done. She's very well done.
Good. She definitely looks good. I'm glad I got it.
Yes, me too. In the hair, I was surprised. I didn't know. Like I was like, that's right. She does come with the
wool
hair.
Yeah, with the artisan wool, which is surprising, but it looks good.
It looks really good.
Yep.
Really damn good. But no, she's a dope figure. And I got Obi-Wan back. You can see him a little bit. Got the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series. Obi-Wan. Yeah. Great figure. Yeah. Really dig that figure. I got a review coming out on that soon, but that's a good piece. That's a great collection. I'm doing a video about that as well. It's like nobody's talking about it because you know how people were about the Obi-Wan show. A lot of people liked it. Some people didn't like it for various reasons, but you can't deny the figures. The figures are good.
You can't deny that it's a phenomenal piece, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, it's like mine, I don't have it yet, but from what I've seen so far, it's gonna be dope.
Are you getting yours from Underground or
nah, Sideshow? I got them on. I ordered it because I wanted the special edition with the sabers, with both the sabers in the case. So yeah, that's what I got. Yep.
Yeah, I'm surprised. You should be. Yeah, they should be sending yours pretty soon because
they will. But again, bro, I went through and started curating everything. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's going on the fucking payment plan. That's going on the payment plan. That's going to be stretched out. I got to because I have the time to do it. Yes. And on top of that, I want to make sure that I have because, bro, I don't know about you, but did you display your Batmobile yet in your case? Mm-hmm. Bro, it takes up a lot of inventory, bro. That shit takes up a lot of space, a lot of it does, bro.
It's almost that whole garage shelf. It's just,
at the bottom. So
and it's low profile too. So I have all this space to work with at the top. And it's just low.
Yep. You know? So that took up a lot of space. So now I gotta kind of reorganize everything else in here. So it was crazy on my birthday, or actually the weekend, last Saturday. Yeah. I brought Vinny. Came down here for the first time.
I saw that. That's what's up.
He came down for the first time, bro. He was like, "Oh my God, I did not know." I was like, "Yeah, bro." He said, "I had no idea." He said, "Bro, this is crazy." I said, "I told you, bro. I told you."
Amazing.
Yeah. He said it's like a museum.
What did you think about, because that's kind of current. What did you think about the tested video? I thought they did a good job reviewing it. I mean, especially with us being kind of like the test dummies.
Yeah.
Within, we don't have to go back there, but all the shit that we went through, and now with the tested video, a lot of people have seen it. I mean, because that's a wider audience, of course. Then
Yeah.
A lot of people seem to like it, and I thought Norm and them did a great job.
They did a great job. They killed it, bro. What they always do. They always do like amazing jobs on replicas and stuff like that. Yep. So I thought it was dope. The only thing that I look at, I'm like, yo, okay, it's dope. But y'all don't realize with us, what we went through. Yeah. It's like, yo, we were the sacrificial lambs for that piece, bro.
For real.
Like we sacrificed a lot for that shit, bro. Like when I think about it, I'm like, yo, that was a fucking sacrifice that I wish I never had to go through. Yeah. And would I do it again? I don't know, bro, because that
maybe for Catwoman.
Maybe for Catwoman, bro. Maybe, you know what I mean? But all in all, bro, when I look at it in my display, I'm like, you know what? With all the scrutiny, eventually that was going to die down. Yeah, but it's still worth it for me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It was still worth it. It still looks good. It still, complements my display. To finally have, the Batman himself, in there with it, like, 89 Batman, and then the Joker there as well. It's something that I've wanted to do for the longest time anyway. So I'm good with it. I'm definitely good with it. So
absolutely. And like you said, I'm just glad that everybody knows what we know now. What we knew all back then, and everybody's like, "Oh, what the hell? Why are you not showing this stuff? What's going on?" And now everybody sees it, and it's like, "Damn, this is a beautiful piece." You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, even with the flaws that we had, because it was a test batch, but now this, it's in, now that it's in the world now, I'm just happy that people seem to be very happy with it, and the things are positive, because what me, you, and I mean, and most importantly, Yost went through that week. That was like hell week for all of us.
That was a hell, bruh. That I wouldn't wish. And the thing is, I'm glad that he's over that, because the average person, the thing is, and I think in that space of what we do, you got to have thick ass skin, bro.
Absolutely.
Like it is what it is. Like, we know that there's going to be a lot of complaints. There's going to be a lot of keyboard warrior activities. There's going to be a lot of scrutiny. That shit happens. You know what I mean? So it's nothing new, in this place, in this platform. We know that these, again, and I was up for it. I was definitely up for it. Now, the people have to understand is, like, when we get these test pieces in, our thought pattern isn't at first, when you're getting it in, you're not going into it with the intentions for anything to go wrong. You're not looking at it. I mean, that there's a possibility, but you're thinking, okay, we watched the video, we watched how they packed it, and they, basically went through that whole process. Obviously, when we get it, it's not going to be a problem. Right. But then you got to keep in mind is, from what they were looking at was a test that they had there at their location, and they might have been sending it within a short distance. We're talking about overseas carrier,
literally across the world,
across the pond, across the world, and shit like that. Anything can go wrong at that point. You know what I mean? So again, we expected the unexpected, excited about getting the piece, but you never know. And the thing is, it's like, mine isn't as bad as everybody else's who may have actually gotten it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mine was, the paint applications, everything on it was perfect. As a matter of fact, I'm like, yo, if it had a couple of blemishes, hell, battle damage, because the shit ain't gonna stay pristine all the fucking time. So I'm cool with that.
That's right.
It turned out pretty good. Was I gonna have both of the turrets up all the time? Fuck no. I like. I'm not gonna. I didn't expose any of that because I just like the clean look of the Batmobile.
Me too.
So I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with it. So again, I have the piece that I wanted, and I'm rocking with it. So I just, again, it would have been good if even like the test, if they would have been like, yo, shout out to these individuals. I know they were the first to get it, and I know what they went through, but whatever. I think that would have been dope, but it is.
I hate to say it, I was expecting something like that.
Yeah, bro.
I wasn't, but I was like, I wonder what Norm would say, like, yo, there was a couple people, not like, throwing our channels out there, nothing like that, of course.
But just a couple people
a couple people, when it was an early bash and blah, 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 because, I mean, it just seemed like the whole, with that type of scrutiny, and that was the first time ever that it was crazy, because it was like, it was funny. It was just like, I would turn on YouTube, and for me, it was like being famous, but in the worst way, because I was seeing videos of people I've never seen before. Oh yeah, this Batmobile, and these people they were supposed to do reviews, but they didn't reviews, and these were like new YouTubers, and I'm like, what the hell? They making a meal off my misery. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro.
It was very weird. It was weird.
Yep.
But like you said, in hindsight, I'm happy with it. And
I'm definitely happy with it, bro.
Happy with it.
I'm good all day with it. I'm straight.
So, it looks good.
No problems whatsoever. Shout out to Yost, for getting us the piece, and in between. Again, was it worth the sacrifice in the end? I'm like, all right, maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't, maybe it was. But again, that also is a testament that when we talk to these individuals out there, us being content creators, when you get in this game, you gotta have thick skin, because anything can happen. Absolutely. So you gotta be on your P's and Q's about it. Be ready for that level of scrutiny. Be ready to kind of dodge these bullets, these occasional bullets, and just keep it moving. That's the way I see it. Yep.
And I'll be honest, it was a little bit of me being naive, because I'm not thinking like this is the first time it's a rarity. It's very rare that our channels get like exclusives. Like I do day ones from Tim Sim, but we all know how that go. Anybody, anybody can do that. But this was like we were we were that first 40, and it was supposed to be 40, but it only seemed like only like maybe 10 YouTube channels, that known YouTube channels, really had it. You know what I'm saying? That was reviewing it. Even less than that, maybe. And I took for granted that, you know, people, you know, the want and the people wanting to know exactly what we got. I thought it was like, oh, you know, it's just a test batch. So, you know, it could be in pieces. I was thinking like that. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, it was, I wasn't ready for all that. But, you know, our friend Miguel, I remember, you know, going through the worst of it and thinking like, man, I don't need to do this shit. Man, fuck this shit. I don't, man, maybe I'll just quit. And I'll just quit doing it. And then Miguel was just like, he said something. He was like, bro, this comes with the shit. You know what I'm saying?
It comes with the territory, bro.
It comes with the territory. You know, you want to do it or not? And I was like, damn, he got a damn point.
Look at the scrutiny that motherfuckers was getting for the Batman Hot Toys 89 figure when they were reviewing it, and because people felt as though they weren't giving honest reviews about the suit, about you know, whatever. Yeah, people were getting like, there was a lot. Justin got it. There was a whole bunch of people that basically got the scrutiny because of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even MRC. You know what I mean?
Shit, like, I got a little bit of scrutiny that I think about. I didn't even think about it. That's kind of where the shit was starting.
Bro, it was starting, so nobody was happy about it regardless. There was scrutiny. So it was to be expected. You know what I mean? We again, I look at it like this, bro. Like, we're getting stuff in, and honestly, in this space, we're privileged to be where we are as content creators, but we also put in the hard yards. We've worked hard. We got hours to prove it. We got review hours, videos, stuff like that to prove it. Even when people, you know, we know in this space, you know, subs and stuff like that is definitely a thing. Yeah. You know, how you get it, you know, look, it's for me, it's the work you put in. Yes. Regardless of the simple fact that, yes, short format is the way to go right now. Short form is the way to go. Absolutely. But that shit ain't that. Don't think that it's just all about shooting a video, putting it up. No, you got to know, you got to do the research. You have to know which to use. You have to basically know what is going to be enticing to the masses. And you still got to shoot good videos. That's you know what I mean? So it's not as easy as people want to perceive it to be. Like, everything that we do is the work that we put in, the shows that we do, the videos that we do, the reviews and interviews that we actually do, creating the content, getting people on the shows, stuff like that. All of that shit takes work. So it's not just that we're in here being these individuals that people want to say that you feel like you're too privileged. No. We work hard for this shit. Absolutely. So when we, you know, it's a bonus that I'm able to get we're able to have interviews with Yost or anybody else who creates these pieces. You know what I mean? Like, it is. So we take it as it, you know, as it comes, we take it, we distribute it, we do our due diligence, we make sure that the content that we're creating is with substance, and you have to have your own niche. So again, as good as certain things are, the bad comes when you get certain pieces where people are really subjectively indifferent. It happens.
Yes. Well said, brother.
What can you expect? You know what I mean? Like, so I go into it like I'm definitely not in it. I'm not going to make everybody happy. And to be quite honest, am I actually in it to make everybody happy? No, because it starts with me first. That's right. If I'm not happy with the content, I'm not just going to put out because, and again, like, subjectively, when we think about it, like, the only way that you're going to be happy as a viewer is if I'm comfortable about the content that I'm delivering. If I'm not happy about it, I can't expect, because at the same time, it always starts with anybody who's creative, and they say this first, you have to do for you first. That's right. It's for you first. If anybody else loves what you do, if they gravitate to what you do, then again, that's a bonus, but it starts with you first. If you love what you're doing, then again, we always say it, build it, they'll come. But it starts with us fucking first, bro. Absolutely. We're not out here we can't please everybody, and nor should we try to at all.
And the funny thing about this platform, it's called YouTube.
YouTube. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's definitely the way it is. So
it starts with you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that's crazy with me. Like, you get certain comments and some, oh, you should do this, or you shouldn't do this, or I don't like when you talk about this. And that's fine. I mean, I love the criticism. I'm happy for every, every, even people that leave comment, even the negative ones, I'm happy for, because you took time to write that shit.
You definitely took time to write
that shit. But at the end of the day, like you said, it starts with me and it's my content. So, you know, either I'll put it up, and sometimes I'll take in consideration. I'm like, all right, I see, I can pivot, I can work on this, or I can work on that. If it's constructive. But if it's just somebody being an asshole, I'm like, well, fuck yourself. This is my channel.
It's my channel. It's my content, and I'm just gonna rock with it. It's just me. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So I can't, again, bro. At the end of the day, if you love what we do, and we appreciate our fans, we appreciate our followers, you know, those with great intentions.
Yes.
And they're not out here to cause any type of issues. We appreciate those individuals, bro.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I'd be stupid to say I'm trying to please everybody.
You can't. You can't. It's unrealistic. You can't.
No,
you can't
at all.
People, you know, companies that put out these products and put out these videos, these shows, this content, spending millions of dollars, more money than me and you will both have probably in this lifetime. Let's be honest.
Yep.
If they can't do it, if they can't please everybody, how the hell are we going to?
Exactly. Bro. Exactly.
So, you know,
I'm not trying to, honestly.
No. But anyway, brother, shifting gears, with it being Halloween, we're gonna talk about a little bit of spooky stuff, just a little bit of whatever. So I wanted to say this, with it being the spirit of Halloween and all, ask you this question, brother. What was a movie that scared you as a child, and why?
So, okay, all right. The movie that scared me the most as a kid, there were a few films. Of course, Exorcist. Everybody basically always go to, you know, it's a classic. So for you to basically say Exorcist is definitely one.
Yeah.
The Fog, John Carpenter's The Fog, when I was young.
That's a good
young
one.
enough. That was definitely a good one.
Yeah.
Another one that a lot of people don't talk about, Serpent and the Rainbow. That movie.
Oh shit!
Yeah, bro.
Dude, wait a minute. Is that the one with like the voodoo stuff? And
it was Lisa Bonet was in it.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Serpent in the Rainbow.
I forgot about that movie, bro.
That movie was freaky as hell. Yep. Serpent in the Rainbow. That was one of them. Let me see. You know, here's the thing. Friday the 13th, Halloween. Those films didn't scare me as much because, again, I think they didn't scare me more so than frustrate me, because a lot of the slasher films where the villain is always chasing you, at some point you're gonna be frustrated. You'll be like, yo, why don't you just leave me alone? And you're gonna want to fight back. You know what I mean? So again, like those, there was more so an entertaining factor with those films. You know what I mean? So I was more so entertained. Yeah, it was like really funny.
I rooted. I was terrible. I mean, even as a kid, shows you the type of kid I was.
Yeah,
I rooted for Michael Myers. I rooted for Jason. Freddy was a comedian to me. I'm like, dude, this dude with the hat.
Hell, bro. Funny as hell. I think it was more so for me the psychological thrillers, the paranormal thrillers.
Oh yeah,
those were more so the films that through time aged a bit more well, because, and not to say that those, like, you know, again, Freddy, Michael Myers, you know, Jason, those films, Phantasm as well, The Tall Man, was, you know, definitely those films. Now, one other film that scared the hell out of me was Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. So a lot of people want to look at that, look that shit up too, because that's a
good one.
Was terrifying back then. If you were a kid and you saw that shit, you was like, oh hell no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, they're classic tropes, classic films. I would want to say the one that I would actually say scared me the most had to be The Exorcist, bro. Because it's a classic film. Again, you're dealing with demonic paranormal, you know, type of settings. But yeah, that's what I would actually more so.
And based on a real case. So
a real damn case, bro.
Yeah.
A real Dan K. Shout out to second brother for taking me to that house too, bro. Yeah, I mean, so
we eventually got there, right?
Yeah, bro. That night was funny as hell.
Oh god, that was such a fun night. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I would probably. And here's the thing, bro. There's a lot of new age films even now. Like I said, if you watch like the Horathon episode that me and Vinny did last week, bro, some of that shit, when you watch it, you be like, oh my god, bro. But if we're talking about classics, you can never go beyond, at The Exorcist, bro.
The Exorcist is just, we talked about that on the channel. We Ma did a video about that about a year ago. She watched them film, you know the story. She watched them film it and didn't know what was being filmed, what was, what was going on. And then they made a big deal about it because she was working in Georgetown at that time when they were filming it. And so it was a big deal about it coming out. And she was like, okay, let's go check it out. And one thing about it, me and you, we both do art. So you love this. When you see that poster, poster in itself is scary as shit. Yeah. And you don't know what it's about. It's that's what I love about like film posters like back in the day. It was real. You never knew what it was like.
It was real ambiguous, bro. Like it wasn't really, you didn't know. It wasn't in your face. Yeah. You had to figure it out. That poster, what was it? It was that poster. It was, what is another film that's okay? This one scared the hell out of me. What was it? The house.
Amityville?
Amityville Horror, bro.
Yeah.
Amityville Horror. The original Amityville Horror. Yeah, and here's the thing. People think that the movie's scary. Read the book.
Dude, the book is terrifying. The book is fucking terrifying.
There's so much that the film left out that was in the book, bro.
Yeah.
The book was terrifying.
Yeah.
So those particular films, because even when you see Amityville Horror, it was just the house. It was all you saw was the house, and you seen red eyes in the window. That was it. You know what I mean? So when you think about that, bro, you think about, oh my God, like those films, it wasn't because it wasn't in your face. It was things that you had to watch. It took you a while. Well, you watched it to know exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh shit, what am I watching? Like, what is this, man? This is crazy. Like, especially as a kid, hell, any film that makes me lock my door, close my closet, and put sheets long enough to cover the floor. Shit, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Terrible. Terrifying, bro. Terrifying.
But it was the art. Because the thing is, you got to figure that those films back in the day didn't have a lot of spectacle. You know, there wasn't a lot of spectacle. They relied on good writing and practical work. And that to me is what was so phenomenal about films back then.
And that's the thing, suspense still, that means a lot to me. I mean, I'm trying to think, what was the last movie that was very suspense? Oh, the last movie that I saw, well, I'll just tell you this, the first movie, the movie that scared me as a child more than anything, The Exorcist was one, but even as a kid seeing The Exorcist and I was thinking about the spectacle, the pea suit, the cross and all that stuff. At that time, I was like kind of, I hate to say desensitized from it, but also young enough to not take it very serious. It wasn't until I got a little older and they put it back and they reissued it in the theaters. Back in early 2000s, like 2000. I think it was like 2000, 2001. And we all went to go see it. We were in Canada at the time. And me, second brother, mama, cousins, his mother, we all were in Canada and we saw the reissue of it. And they added shit to it that they took out from the original, like a spider walk and all that stuff. And seeing it in a movie, I was like, damn, that was creepy. But it didn't get to me until we got home.
Yeah, bro.
Right. You shut up. I was like, oh, hell no. I ran to my bed.
Bro, that, I think John Carpenter's The Fog effed me up too, because anytime there was a fog outside at night, I was like, yeah, nah, I ain't playing that. Like that.
Once again, suspense, because you don't know what's in that fog.
You don't know what's in the fog, bro, at all. And John Carpenter was good for that. You know, he was good for storytelling and that aspect of it. I think it's you know, again, bro, when I compare horror films today against horror films back in the day. Now, some of the horror films that we see now are good.
Yeah.
But some of them are art house films that you won't that never even made it to the theater. They were probably like straight to video or made just for streaming.
Yeah.
So those art house projects again had a lot of substance there, bro, and there's a lot of substance in it. But back in the day, we relied on just writing, and there were even things that never made it to camera. It was just how the story was told, and it forced you to use your imagination, and you're like, okay, did it happen this way? Did this happen? You're only relying on the art of storytelling to kind of take you to that space.
Right.
So that's the difference. Like that is, and the thing is, bro, like think about it. Like if you think about how we were coming up, Halloween was always huge for horror films. Almost every single day.
That's right. Yep.
Now, bro, it's like you have just streaming services like Shudder, or you got to order certain things. They don't do them like they used to, bro.
They don't. And that's another thing that we lost with modern day cinema. And you know, it's funny. I've talked to so many people around the world, and even when doing this, you know, putting this stream together, I was like just passing on some of the questions, and I had some people who was like, you know, I don't watch horror films. I was like, really?
Wow.
Like, no, I don't watch them. You know, for various reasons. Some people don't watch them just they don't dig them. Some people don't watch them. It's like, dude, I remember I talked to a girl at a lady I work with at my job, and she was just like, I don't watch horror films. She was like, I lived by myself for a very long time. She just, I think, got with somebody that she's moved in with her boyfriend recently, probably over like a year ago. She said, I lived by myself for a very long time and I didn't do horror films. She was like, no. She's like, I could not do them. So I don't know. I'm not saying that it's a dying art, but it just has a space now. And with streaming and everything, you're right. It kind of breaks that up and that kind of also started back in the early 2000s in the DVD days. Because I remember me and second brother we would see a lot of, we would just, especially like, you know, it was that little time where you still had, right before streaming popped off, you had the early Netflix where you had to get those DVDs. Yeah, that's right, kids. You had to wait for your DVDs in the mail. That was Netflix back then. But you had video stores too. Yeah. And we would find, you know, stuff. We would find like a lot of foreign and European films. Yeah. Like it was a French film called High Tension, which is scary as fuck. You got to see that one.
High Tension is extremely scary, bro.
Dude, Dad. Yeah. Have you ever seen Audition?
No.
Dude, Audition fucked me up because that was when I was dating. And if you're a young guy out there dating, Audition will fuck you up. I'm just saying, Piano Wire. If you ever, that will, yeah. And you have to read subtitles in that. And it Audition fucked me up. That's one for y'all. If you ever want to see something, you just want to be scared, watch Audition. Watch Audition. Cause that right there, it have you, that's one right there. But I think as of recent, like if I try to think of like a recent, that was my next question. Like, what recent movie scared you? And I think the only one for me that comes into mind, and once again, I'm like you, the psychological aspect gets me. Like blood and gore, like, you know, Saw and shit. That shit is, I would laugh at that, honestly, because I'm like, it's a gore fest. It's nothing really scary. It's nothing really suspenseful. But I think the movie that really scared me, that had me wake up in bed in the middle of the night, like, wow, oh, what the hell? And that was The Witch. That scared the shit out of me. That if you had
The Witch was scary as shit because of how it was shot. How it was shot, but then more so the psychology behind it.
There you go.
And because of the simple fact that there was no happy ending in that fucking film.
No.
At all.
No.
At all.
Nope.
At all. And those are the films that you strive for. I want to say for me, The Dark and the Wicked.
Never seen that.
Bro.
Wow.
Bruh. If you want a film that is going to literally mess you up, get The Dark and the Wicked. The Dark and the Wicked.
Write that down.
Oh my God, bro. The Dark and the Wicked. I would say The Dark and the Wicked and Martyrs.
Oh, wow.
Because we just got done watching Martyrs. That movie, oh my God, bro. Those two movies, yeah, nah.
Crazy. I gotta see those. A lot of people been telling me about Hereditary too. Have you ever
seen Hereditary?
Let me tell you something. Mama cousin saw it. I think it was maybe 6 months ago. It was back in the spring, and she said, "You never seen Hereditary?" I was like, "Nah, I've been seeing it." I said, "I saw it on cable. I wasn't paying no attention." She was like, "I was like, I think I'm gonna go watch it." She was like, "Don't go watch it at night." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, I gotta see this now." I never got to watch it though. She's like, "Don't watch it at night." She was like, "It's gonna mess you up."
It will.
Wow.
It honestly, it will. It will.
Ooh,
because where they went with this film, boy, I'm like, oh, okay. Because, bro, it's I think it was one of her finest films from an acting standpoint.
Gotcha.
Because she definitely gave it her all, and it was extremely psychological when you watch it. So definitely one to watch, and it'll make you mad at certain aspects because there are certain aspects of the film that could have been avoided.
Okay.
But with that being said, yeah, an amazing job. I love that. It's scary. It's psychological and scary, and how she played the film is just like, yo, okay, y'all shooting for it, and y'all doing such a good job with it. It was insane.
That's amazing. I gotta watch it.
I would definitely advise. It's again, when we talk about like one of those new age art house films, even though it was made more modern, if we can, it was more mainstream and theatrical, but it can also be deemed as an art house film. So yeah, bro,
that's awesome. I gotta watch,
bro.
Yeah, because how Mon talked about, I've never seen her talk about a movie like that in a while, and she was just like, I was just saying, yeah, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch Hereditary. She's like, wait a minute, you never seen it? I was like, yeah. She's like, I said, I saw you watched it. She was like, don't watch it in the nighttime. She's like, don't watch it at nighttime. I was like, for real? I was like, oh, I gotta watch this thing because I'm a creep like that. I like being scared because I don't scare easy, but when I do get scared, I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna tell you another thing. Here's a question: video games. Me, and we told this story before. Me, second brother, and his now wife. This was the early days. We were all in our apartment, and we were in the back room, in this room in our apartment, and we were playing the first Resident Evil. And it came to the scene where they introduced the liquor.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Played that game. We were just watching. We was watching second brother play. Of course, he got killed a bunch of times in it, and then we were like, and then he was like, yeah, he was like, hey Jay, why don't you go up front and can you go up the front and go in the refrigerator and bring me a soda? I was like, I ain't going up there. I was like, I gotta go up there. I was like, but he's like, just cut on the light. What's wrong? Now, mind you, at this time I couldn't shoot. What was I like? What? 16, bro. I'm like, I've been going to. I mean, dude, it was like probably like 40 feet away. But I was like, I ain't going in the living room.
I ain't doing that shit. Go get your own water, bro.
I was like, no, you good. You can go. I'm staying right here. He's like, you ain't leaving. He's like, get the hell out of my room. I'm like, nah, man, I ain't leaving.
No shit. Go and get your own shit, bro.
Oh my god. But yeah, scary ass games.
Silent Hill too, bro.
Dude. I never played that.
Bro, Silent Hill has some scary ass scenes because it's shot exactly how you seen it on film and on, pretty much the film itself.
Wow.
Silent Hill is creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
It is. It's super duper creepy. The atmosphere is definitely the worst. And you're by yourself in the entire time. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Going back to Resident Evil, I remember when the PlayStation VR came out and they had Resident Evil 7 in VR.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't make it through the first level. I could not, because it was too much. And for me, I was like, this is going to, and at that time, that was like being new to VR and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is psychologically going to fuck me up in my subconscious, because even though, it's a detachment when you're playing a game,
bro. Yep.
But you don't know if this is an experience. The subconscious may look at this as an actual experience that you're having, not a game. So that's why I was like, no, I can't do this. And VR that's your surroundings. Yeah. So no matter where you move and where you look, it's adapting to your movements, your line of sight, peripheral, everything. Yeah. So it's like you're in the real atmosphere, bro. So that's why, like, I pity whoever's around you if you're doing it. You know what I mean? Because you might fly out and you know what I mean, put some paws on people just because of that. You know what I mean? Like, like that. I think VR is you should actually only be able to play VR in like a gymnasium. I agree. Where there's space, because don't play it in VR is not, especially for horror films. Especially for action games, it's not good in confined areas, bro. Because people they rely on movement. It requires movement. It requires you being reactionary. Absolutely. So if you're around somebody gonna get smacked, kicked, punched, elbowed. You're gonna put some holes in something. Yeah, nah, bro. I couldn't do it. And I was doing that shit in an apartment. And I was just like, nah, man. I couldn't make it past the first level. I was like, nah. And I still got it. It's out. I was like, nah, can't do it. Can't deal with it. Cannot deal with it at all. Now, because we are a figure channel, we talk about figures, what horror figure would you like to have in your collection? I bring this up for various reasons. One, our good friend Anthony, Scale Mafia, had the guys on from Caustic Plastic last week, and he was saying that they're actually going to be making they're going to be doing great detail with rooted hair and everything. They're going to be doing figures from The Exorcist, which that is very, very interesting. Not sure if I need figures from The Exorcist, but it sounds cool. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something that's interesting and worth talking about. But is there any characters from horror movies or anything like that you would like to have? Vampires or anything? I recently got one. I got David from Lost Boys, so that was a big one for me. But anything like that? I think that because there's a couple figures that come to mind that I think in 6 scale form would be interesting. Tall Man, of course, from Phantasm with the spear. Yes. That would hell yeah. Let me see who else. I'm trying to think. Of course. Well, let me see. What else would I want in figure form that hasn't already been done or suggested? Damn. That's because there's so many, bro. Right. That is definitely a thought. Oh man. Who would I want to see in figure form? What figure would I want to see? Hellraiser, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah. Every last one of them. And 1/6 scale Pinhead. I want to see a decent version of Pinhead in 1/6 scale. All of them. Something we never got. McFarlane did. I think McFarlane did. He did his versions because he worked with Clive Arvin. He did the Twisted Souls, which those were kind of cool for back in the day. But we never got a dope 1/6 scale Pinhead. And NECA did a good job with theirs, but we talking about 1/6 scale. Those outfits. Come on, that would be amazing.
And I'm talking about all the chat, all of them, bro.
Yeah.
Like straight up, like it would be super dope to get that level of quality. I think that would be incredible because it can be done. Hell, if we're getting as bloody as the Terminator as a T-800 and all that is, you know what I mean? Like we should be able to get that, bro. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So I would love to have those. Again, like I said, I already said the Tall Man.
That would be a dope figure. Oh,
damn. Shit, bro. There's so many. Like it is so many when you think about it that could be done if they wanted to go more obscure. Because we, of course, I think they already talked about us getting a possible Linda Blair from The Exorcist.
Yeah.
So we already know that. Damon the Omen, bro.
Wow. Whoa. That.
I would say young and old. Yep.
Yeah. I want to see that.
Damon the Omen,
I would want to see that. Now you talking about a deep cut in them. See, that's dope. That is dope. That would be, because I mean, you think about Michael Myers, you think about Freddy. I mean, Jason, Leatherface, we didn't got them so many, but
you got it to the point where it's like the only thing you can do is give us a 2.0 and perfect it even more, push the boundaries of what you can do with that. Exactly. I mean, like there's only so much you can do with that IP. You feel me? So
what about old school? Because I know they're doing the Monsters line, and they did the I had to figure at one point the Bela Lugosi, which was good, which was definitely good for its time. But I didn't. My collection was going through a different stage at that time. I was looking at the Frankenstein. They had a company. I forget what company it was. I think somebody did a custom of Boris Karloff Frankenstein. It was just so much, and I was like, I'm not gonna go down this rabbit hole. Sell it all. Yeah. But now they're actually doing it. They're giving us all the Universal monsters. So now I'm like, shit.
Creature, the Black Lagoon, of course, they could do that. Wolfman, of course. We know we're going to get Frankenstein. What already? That's so they can do it well. Bro. If they do that, but then again, like you said, going down that wheelhouse, because you're gonna know, like, you can't just get one and have the one off. No, you'd have to get the entire, and it depends on how they package it.
Yeah.
Presentation is going to be the most.
Well, because Frankenstein is going to be like, they said the diorama, because their dioramas are already very elaborate. Like with Dracula, shit, he came with a whole coffin, the polystone coffin. I'm like, God damn, that. So they go crazy with the dioramas. So I imagine with Frankenstein, you getting the electric chair base and all, you're getting all that stuff. So it's gonna be that's gonna be amazing. But like you said, that's a lot to get into that collection. A lot of space, and it's just a lot. But who knows? Depends on how good they do it.
That's what it depends on. How well they pull it off, bro. If they pull it off well enough, then it's all in on that. But again, it depends on how far you're willing to go, to be quite honest.
Absolutely.
But I think they can nail it, and I think they will nail it.
I think they will. I think they will. Absolutely. Well, I think we're heading on for about an hour now, but our last question for tonight, for this special episode, have you ever had a paranormal experience? And look, it doesn't necessarily need to have to be like ghouls and ghosts or anything like that. I'll say this, I've had clairvoyance in my family, and I'll tell you a quick story real quick. It was so when I first started driving, I was in, of all places, I was in Georgetown, and I was
Georgetown, bro.
Damn, it all goes down in Georgetown. Seriously,
it has to.
So I was pulling out a parking garage, and the parking garages there are tiny. They're very tiny and very close. So I was coming out of one, and I misjudged it, and I tore off the front fender and everything, front bumper, literally tore it off of Mama Cousin's truck, just tore it completely off. And I was like, oh my God, I'm screaming like, fuck. I'm like, oh my God, she gonna be so mad. Oh man. And I was just like upset out of nowhere. My aunt that I don't talk to that much. My aunt Carrie, she called me out of nowhere and was like, she was like, Lil J, you okay? She called me something else, but she was like, you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm all right. She was like, are you sure you're okay? Because she was like, you're not in any trouble. Did you get in a car accident? I'm like, what the?
Where did this happen, bro?
Yeah, and I was like, well, I just tore the front bumper of the car. She's like, but are you okay? I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I saw that. She's like, I saw that happening. That's why I'm calling you. I was like, so like then I went from being upset about that happening to like, how the hell did she know that?
How did you see that?
And then I told my mom that, and she was like, yeah, she's a bit of a
clairvoyant. Yeah. Clairvoyancy.
What the hell? So that was like one of those experiences. I was like, damn. And I was always intrigued by stuff like that. You know, us the comic book heads and loving X-Men and stuff like that. So I was like, this is cool as shit. How did she know? You know, this is a real psychic moment. But, you know, I think we all have those gifts. We could just tap into it. You know,
there's people that can tap into it more than others.
Absolutely.
And then, like I said, I mean, sometimes our level of clairvoyancy is in dreams.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's not something that you'll automatically see. It's just like your dreams. Dreams do reveal a lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's like I said, bro, for people who don't, I think that you have to be spiritually connected to really understand that there is, I believe in other realms. I believe in, reincarnation, or I also believe in, parallel universes where there's a version of you that you actually witness and see certain things, but the only time that you can connect to that person is while you're asleep.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Totally believe
I think you can really cross the barrier and see certain things, but you have to be asleep to really realize it. Mm-hmm. I believe that, bro.
Because you fall into a deeper subconscious.
Yeah.
And in that subconscious, you probably, I know us both being musicians, I've had dreams where I remember a beat that was amazing. I'm like, dude, it was like one of the best beats ever. And I remember getting up, and if I don't capture it, like right there, and it's a good thing we have iPhones and stuff now, because I'm always waking up, and I've woken up in the middle of the night like, oh, let me put this down right now.
Let me put this in. Like you gotta,
Yeah.
Or sometimes you might be asleep. And there's been a few times when I've been asleep. I'm talking about, bro, sleep about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I got to get up and go down and it's in my head, so I got to lay it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you all right? Yep. No, I got to do this. Mm-hmm. I have to do it because it's there. I dreamed about it. The sound was there. It just came to me. I got to lay it. Yep. You know what I mean? Or if I'm out and it comes to me, I'll hum it on my phone.
Yep.
Just so I have the melody there, and then I'll just create it when I get home. So it happens, bro. There's, bro. I think one of the most paranormal. Okay, so grew up in a church-driven religious family. You know what I mean? And it's just way before, because again, you gotta keep in mind, like my mother, my father basically came to the United States in 1967.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So he came to the States from Cuba in 67. He met my mother. She's the one who taught him English. You know what I mean? At that time, good English before he passed away, like just you wouldn't know. But that was over time. But, we, came up in a very religious background, church, stuff like that. I played percussion in church for my mom and her band and stuff like that. And I remember right off of, I want to say, oh man, 5th and Iverson off in Queens, there was an old abandoned movie theater.
Oh, shit.
So it was an old, like I'm talking about a classic vintage movie theater. Oh. Like they used to show like a lot of black exploitation films, horror films and stuff like that there.
Nice.
So what happened was the pastor got the rights to the building. So he gutted it out. He wanted to change it into a church. Now, before that process happened, we had to go in and clean it up. We had to be the ones to go in, help gut out the actual church, clean it up, make sure everything was good. They had an old projector and everything in there. They had food that was still in there, like, as far as chips and stuff like that. All this stuff was still in that place. Bro, I ain't gonna never forget. We were down there cleaning out the actual theater section, and out of nowhere, the projector came on, and there was a horror film on it. Out of nowhere, it just powered on.
What?
I never went back in that building after that. Never. I was like, you couldn't pay me to go back in here, bro. That's how terrifying that was. That experience was terrifying, but it was an old abandoned movie theater that they changed into a church.
Damn,
I'll never forget that. That was I probably had to been about, I'd say 7 or 8 years old at that time. And I'll never forget that moment. That moment, I'll never forget. It's there. It's etched in my brain. And I was like, wow, really? Really, Mom? This is what y'all doing? This is what y'all doing?
That's creepy as shit.
It's definitely creepy. But that's the only experience that I've ever had when I've had to deal with that.
That's creepy.
Yeah, literally, bro. Yeah. It is creepy, but I think also that moment also helped to kind of shape even my imagination in general.
Yeah.
Because I was exposed to a lot, and then I wanted to learn more about, paranormal experiences and other people's interpretation of it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Once again, being in Georgetown, and it's funny because Georgetown is you've seen it. It's so old.
Yeah.
In DC, and it's preserved, kept like that. We have a couple places like that. In Virginia, we have Old Town. All cities have their little old, old areas. We were recently me and my family. We were in Frederick, Maryland, and we were in downtown Frederick, and we were wearing our Ghostbusters costumes as we do every Halloween weekend before Halloween. That's like a little tradition we do now. And it was funny. We had like maybe 3 people yell out at us and say, "Hey, Ghostbusters, what's up? Hey, we need your services." And I was like, why do people keep saying that? And then I think one other person said, and it was another person, like the third person that came up and said it. He was like, "Yeah, man, we could use you for some of these ghosts around here." I was like, "Is it really haunted around there?" And he was like, "Dude." He was like,
"You don't know? Now you
don't know?" I was like, "For real?" I was like, I knew I liked this area. Like creepy. But yeah, so it's a lot of ghosts. But being in Georgetown, I used to work at a jazz club called Blues Alley in DC, and it's still here. They kind of closed down in the pandemic, but they're back and open now. So if you're in the area, check that out. Beautiful jazz club's been open for almost 60 years now. I mean, the greats have been there. Gil Scott Heron, Arturo Sandoval. I mean, the list goes on. Roy Ayers. The list goes on. You know what I'm saying? Ray Parker Jr. himself came there and played, played Ghostbusters for us on one Halloween. I mean, it's a wonderful club, a lot of history, just historic. But the club is actually within an alley, and it used to be, if you look at it, you could tell they used to keep horses there. It's like an old horse stable. That's how the club is. Very small, very quaint. One night, had to close the club. It was me and the manager that I was working there. My boy Dax. I was closing the club one night and closing everything, talking, and we just talking. He's upstairs counting the money. I'm like, settling up with the band, getting everything together, and everybody's left out. The food people in the kitchen, they left. Waiters, all the ladies I work with, they left. So it was just me and him. He's like, "Jay, go downstairs and everything." So I'm downstairs, wiping down the bar area. And I don't know what the hell, but one bottle pops open. Boop. Just popped open out of nowhere. I was like,
nope.
I'm thinking it could be condensation.
Like over time, whether it's pressure, somebody probably shook it or something.
Something. 2 other bottles, pop. I'm like,
nah.
Dax, it's time to get the fuck out of here.
I'm out.
And he was like, oh, and then Dax was like, oh, the bottles. He said, yeah, that happens from time to time. Yeah, I was like, but that's not normal. He said, no, it's not. It's probably the Blues Alley ghost. Let's go, bro. Let's get the fuck out.
Let's out. Let's be out.
So yeah, this
was in Georgetown.
This is in Georgetown.
See, hell no, bro.
This is in Georgetown.
I used to think Georgetown was dope. I ain't going back to that, especially at night. Hell no.
Oh, you see some crazy shit at night. Well, you're running. Well, let me tell you, in Georgetown, I've run into all kind of people before all the scandal. I think I told you a story before. Was in Georgetown. You'll run into celebrities there. You will definitely, till this day, you'll run into all kind of celebrities sitting there in that alley of Blues Alley. I've met Lawrence Fishburne, Molly Ringwald. Just walking through the alleys there. I've met who else? Candyman himself, Tony Todd, which he's a big jazz fan, so that was easy. But yeah, man, just a lot of historical, a lot of crazy.
There's still like some celebrities that live in Georgetown right now still.
I believe so. Yeah. Oh yeah. They have, and if they're not there, like they'll have people that live, like they have family that live in those homes and stuff like that. Real like areas and stuff. So it's a wonderful area, but it like in any older place, it has its ghosts, it has its things. And then I also had I forget, there's a hotel. I'm trying to think, is it the Watergate Hotel? But it's a hotel here that has a room that everybody knows that is haunted. And I actually dated a girl. I dated a girl that worked in a hotel and had to clean that room. She was like, I hate damn cleaning that room. She's like, there's always some weird person who wants to go and stay in that room, and that room is haunted. And I was like, whoa. And she said it just like, just off this place is so off haunted. The cuff. Like, and I was like, wait a minute, it's really haunted. She was like, no, you don't know about that hotel? She's like, no, that hotel. She's like, that particular room in that hotel is haunted. I was like, oh, fuck, like, oh, hell no. Oh, yeah, but those are my paranormal,
Yeah, see, 9.
Experiences. Yeah, man.
9. That I think that was probably like, I mean, there probably have been more. Yeah. But I think subconsciously my mind has blocked a lot of things out.
I do that too. Yeah. It's been some things over the years that I probably just like, nope, and just people, and even some things like, even some things that, I had a time before when I was kind of out there around certain individuals doing, way back, 20 years ago.
Just doing things that you're like, you know.
And anytime that was like, and like some of those things people would bring up, remember that time when so-and-so, and we had to run and they were shooting at the club and all that? And I was like, no. Totally blacked out. And I'd be like, for real. I was like, I don't remember. You don't remember? Like, no, totally blocked it out. It's like Professor X went in my mind and just like, you don't need these memories. Like, you don't.
I don't remember that shit.
No,
I'm good. And I don't remember it, and there's reasons why I don't.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, man. But bro, this was good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
actually doing this, bro. Thank you so much for giving me your time to do this tonight. We're supposed to have more people on the panel, but I kind of goofed on the invites, and it's a Tuesday night. I know a lot of people. This is airing, Halloween night, but we're filming it right now on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I know that threw people off, and it's been a real quiet week.
Slow, quiet weekend, bro.
By the time this airs, probably going to be all kind of crazy shit out.
I think how it's like, let me give them a break a little bit.
We need it though.
let me give them just like one quick break, because bro, every week there's been about almost 3 figures dropping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so let's
calm before the fucking storm. That's what it is.
Before the effing storm, bro. So let's give them a break. Let's let them relax a little bit, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, it is what it is, bro. We, if there's something else drops, we'll probably be talking about it. If nothing drops tonight, hey, I'm safe from a show tomorrow, unless I do like a countdown or something. It's, a precursor to what I'm going to probably be talking about before the new year. And that's just like top 5, top 10 figures, shit like that. Yeah.
It's about that time.
It's about that time. It's like in the running. It's using the running for, top, of the year. I might do something like that, like top 10, the running for top 10 figures of the year, and just put out what I would actually say who are in the running. So
I mean, She-Hulk, I've been singing her praises all year. She's definitely in the conversation.
Bro, She-Hulk could definitely take that number 1 spot. Possibly. She could definitely she can take that number 1 spot. And it's hard because didn't Shuri come out this year, bro?
Yeah.
So Shuri dropped this year.
Yeah.
Mantis dropped this year.
This was a big year for female characters. It really was. On the slot, it really was.
It was, bro. Like, cause there's a lot of figures that basically dropped.
Jane Foster,
Jane Foster basically dropped Mighty Thor. Bro, I got 2 of them. Because I had to. One with the sculpt on, and one with the helmet. I had to. It just made too much sense.
Bro,
you know what I mean? Like,
I hit up Ray.
It's some bangers. That Thrawn is dope. Like, yeah, that Thrawn is so dope, bro. Like, there's just so many. Padme, of course, is out there. Yep. You know, Peter, of course, like or Tom Holland's the red and blue suit.
Great figure. Oh my god.
The black suit Spider-Man, of course, from the video game. Like, there's so many. There's so much stuff out there. And you know what? It might be one of the years where the very first vehicle makes it in 1/6 scale form.
Yeah.
Because the Batmobile is the truth, bro. It's the truth.
It would be. I almost have to put the Batmobile in the category by itself.
By itself.
Easily, that would be like figure or collectible of the year.
It's
especially. Yeah, that would probably be the biggest. I thought this year, like Artisan Anakin was going to be, and we still waiting to get that. So
and we still waiting on that shit. I'm surprised the fucking bro. How is it the Artisan Joker didn't drop yet, but yet you got that imposter Joker that dropped?
It's ridiculous.
This shit don't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. So it is what it is. Fuck it.
No. I mean, good things come to those to wait. I think I think they're really. I mean, I think they're just trying to get all this other stuff out, get the backlog of stuff out, because they know when that one comes out, that's going to be. It's got to be right. The Artisan figures have to be right. If they're not, shit, people squawk for much less. So
people gotta be right. And if you don't get it right, the masses will let you know. And they're not as nice as we would think they should be.
No,
hell no.
Oh, my brother.
Hell nah.
For them prices? Shit.
Hell nah.
But hold on. We got something else we got to talk about. Now, I got an NR figure coming in tomorrow. I got Aragorn coming in. He's coming in finally. That's got that from Kit. So that's very happy for me. But you, my friend,
finally,
you got some fucking finally,
bro.
The Batman. Dude, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you.
But here's the thing, and this is crazy. So they created the label. The label I got on Saturday, and if you go on Spec Fiction's site, it says shipped, but the label still hasn't updated at all.
They playing that. They doing.
So I know it's going to come this week, because they did say it's going to come sometime this week, which means that I'm on that list for it to go. But I'm just still waiting for the shit to go out.
Oh God.
You know what I mean?
So they created the label. They're probably getting everybody else's orders together, got the labels, and then they're gonna do one mass shipment.
One massive ship, because and I keep going in, like I'm going into my emails now because I have it flagged. So I'm just like, all right, let's go in and see, because the label was created and it still says we'll add a delivery date as soon as we get your package. And right now it still says Walnut, California, USA.
Oh, come on, man.
So it's just a wait. But you know what? At least I know it's progress.
Right. Exactly.
At least I can say that there's progress.
And you know, by this time next week, you'll have it. So.
And honestly, when I think about it, I'm like, okay, is this a matter of it being Spec Fiction, or is this a matter of it being NR? Because it almost feels like it might be NR, bro.
I think it's safe to say that it's NR, but Spec famously gets things very late. Of all the people that you buy from the States, they get stuff for it. You'll get it, but you get it late. Now, the only thing I bought from them was my Ecto 1, and they got that as soon as that came in. Matter of fact, that came in ahead of schedule, and they wanted that out because it was like pretty much having like 10 refrigerators in their facility, so they had to get those out. But I do think it's NR more than Todd in Spec'ing them. I just think I don't know. It's just how they get it, And I think this is the larger problem is NR. I like to say that I think NR has gotten better over the last 6 months. I do think they have gotten better. I think it's improved slightly, but it's improved. But they have to get better on this.
Yeah,
they have to. It just has to. But until they're able to get a full-fledged distributor. Unfortunately, this is what we're going to have to go through.
This is where we're at right now.
No.
It's an unfortunate situation, but this is where we're at right now until they re-up on whatever they need to do, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes you just got to wait.
No.
Unfortunate, but you just got to wait. Fuck it.
No. But I hope you'll be happy with it. And once again, brother, thank you so much for joining us tonight, man. This has been great. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a very happy Halloween, and we'll see you next time. Deuces.